niko umuntu kuja akasaba sukari, you get, akayikamanda ga bitatu sukari nagura yake, akagaruka mwana nyo sukari nango jigareye akajigaraye, bito umuntu ogenzero okereka the importance of sugar, akakaguza bikaguza byono kabigarukamo, akakora decision kujya kugura sugar, ni umuntu bring it back. Kandi ubwo umuntu ujya kugenda ugawe umuntu wenda sugar, first of all nikaguza ne bantu kabugonga sugar, kera muno ngabazaira bene abana tosoko ni bintu ngo salte sukari, that is one nubwo nasogwa kiremire beta abana bana kuchumba mandazi na migati, ubwo nasogura kadei. You say okay hina where's oh bana bakuchunga mandazi ka family, then you are a factor in migati ne tukora the whole town ubwo nasogura ko ubude yankayikumi. Now that's what we call qualifying. We shall go deep into it. You go where people really want. Now when you are a client to me and I want to sell sugar to you, I will not say, we have sugar from Kenya. No, like, how are you? Fine. I'm sorry, I would want to have just a few chat with you. I wouldn't know if it doesn't hurt. How many kids would you be having children at home? I haven't produced, but you must be having the children of your sister or brother. Yeah, I have 4 of them. Oh, how do they take porridge? Oh, you take the porridge. Do you add some sugar? Do they take all of it? It's like, my children don't like porridge. Do you know why? It's like, I have tried so hard, dwarming them, it's not working. Okay. Have you tried to put some sugar there for them? It's like, nah. Oh, what if you try it? We are selling sugar, and most parents who have had children without taking porridge, when they have added some little sugar, the kids have desired and taken a lot of porridge. Why don't give it a try? Are you sure it will work? You're like, yeah, I'm not so sure, but if you can take 1 kilogram for today or a half, if you direct tomorrow, you can come and buy in bulk. How do you say that? It's like, okay, let me give it a try. You've closed. Did you talk a lot? Has it taken so much? Now imagine if I came, it's like, how are you, Rafa? Fine. You know, for us, we are number 1. People who sell good sugar in the whole country. Our company has been there for the last 50 years. It is called Kenyara Sugar Work. We have been accredited and been given a lot of certificate by UNBS, an international organization. We are the best. Now we can sell sugar. Will you buy? You will buy. The first person and the second, who is going to buy first? You are there on Abataro. The one who presented first and this one, who is going to buy?
The first one.
Why? Wakabili is telling you all the company. You can't trust the company. He's so obsessed with his company. Dude, I don't want to know anything about your company. What I need is my kids taking porridge in time so that they can grow faster. I don't care. The issue is, how will my children drink porridge? That's all I need. So first understand the problem. Now what if you don't have children? Do you think I'll tell you about my sugar? And now, I would ask you, could you be knowing some neighbors who have children? Why are you asking about my neighbor? I think if they have children and are not taking porridge, according to many parents who have come to us, it has been helpful to add some little sugar. Are you sure? Yes. However, you can use honey, but honey you need to put in so much for the kids to get interested. It's another alternative, but it's a little bit expensive than ours. So the first person is interested in knowing the problem of the client and is seeing, are you getting it, how he can use his service or product to solve someone's problem. Now the question is, for you, of the first 2 people, of the 2 people, whom have you been? Of the 2 presentations, Whom have you been?
The second one.
Yes. Because for you presented to me, you are just concerned about your company. How long it has been there? How good are the medicine? The question is, am I interested in your medicine? First, see. How NGS? How fine? Thank you for checking on us. How can we help you, bro? Like, we are looking for people around to see if they could. Oh, good. Thank God. The question is, Angel, could you be having some old people around you at home? Oh, I have my grandma. She's always suffering. Man, my grandma is chewed, but the legs. Now, what's wrong with the legs? She's old. She's old. They have always to complain about legs. The back. This time it is the leg. This time is the back. This time it is the head. You're like, maybe she lacks calcium in her head, in her legs. Well, I don't know, but we never take her for checkups. Then why don't you consider taking her to check if she has enough calcium and phosphorus? Really? Yeah, maybe I think I can consider that. Anyway, if you can trust us, we also have checkup services. But if you don't trust, try them. If you find the calcium issues, then I can give you some practical advice. What could that be, the advice? I mean, we have helped enough old people with the same problems. Get some relief a few months. Some it has been forever, but others, sometime, relief. Other than keeping in pain for some time, if you can get someone to help you for just a few months, it's okay. Are you sure you have that solution? Yeah. I mean, give it a try and see. Just take some little. If she has a good sleep tonight, you can come and take so much. How much is it? Yeah, and you mean price is the only concern? No. So what could be the concern? My grandma. Okay, good. So I think the price has no issue. The issue is how serious is your mom, your grandma? Oh man, she doesn't sleep for the last weeks. She's not been sleeping because of too much pain in her legs. Wow. Yeah, I advise you first take her for checkups. Let them know. Let us first know the real problem. If it is calcium, I promise you, we've solved enough problems. If it is phosphorus, Amagofa Hukurwa, I promise you, we've also helped. If you have some bias, I can show you, give you numbers of some old women, you talk to them and you see. But I have faith in what we got. What do you think? Can you give it a try? I don't have money currently. And Beda, you haven't told me how much. Well, the price, the amount of money is not an issue, but I advise just get 50K, get the first little, whatever, medicine, try her out, but after testing. So I advise you bring her for testing. Or we have a mobile clinic. We can reach her where she is. Even bring her on border, but it can also have much effect. We have a mobile clinic. Can come and see. How do you see that? Well, that I think is better. But I'm worried you may need to give us the transport. Well, our company adds in some profit, some little money, but you should also contribute. How far is it from here to? It is around 5K. That is little. I will do it to see your grandma. I will put in that. But the checkup is 25,000 outside the station. Do you know why 25? You add in the 5,000. He's going again to pay it. I see. Like, that's fine. I'm coming tomorrow at this time. You've not told him how much he's going to pay for the calcium, but first know the problem. Now, when you assess the problem and you find he needs calcium, you tell him, you know what, bro? You need calcium. First, you give her the 50K. With calcium, we first study the situation. Then we can add her more if she's getting better. You close the deal. But for you, even you haven't talked about your company. You only talk about your company when someone is interested in it, for trust basis. But for you, man, what you tell us is funny. Do you think that selling process is better?
No.
I think this second one of engaging, you are asking questions. We shall reach on that point where we shall sell by us. Because in sales we say, telling is not selling. Telling someone is not selling. Selling is in asking. Do you know why asking? Some of you have never met a king. When you reach in the king, the first thing is to ask you, who are you? Where do you come from? Wow, what are you doing? 3/4 of the time he's asking you. That's why we say as a king. Asking. You begin with AS, then king. I mean, that's how I do it. As a king does, so I should do. Because he's a king. So ask to be a king in what you're doing. Be as a king, man, by asking. Am I making some sense?
Yes.
Hey, so stop telling. Start being as a, which is fine, you tell him. But you ask another question. The person who asks questions is the one in control. And as a salesperson, you don't want in any case to be asked questions. Like your girlfriend calls you, Angel, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? Yeah, I'm also fine. Are you sure? I don't allow you again to ask questions. You should be asking. You should not allow a client to ask you questions. Because when he asks you a question, he controls you. But for you, unlike you've been taught to ask people to ask you so that they control you. You are slaves. Whoever asks questions, that's why I say a king does what? So if you want to act as a king, you should ask. Whoever asks questions is in control. Now after he has asked you a question, then you say, now what should we do? You are the one asking what to do. Instead of him to ask you what to do. Because he has been controlling you. Remember, telling is not saying. Saying is in asking. Like I ask, how are you? Fine. Good. Then you go. You should first understand your client first. There's a book that says 7 habits of highly effective people. One of them, the principle, the 7, some I think 5th or 3rd habit, I don't know exactly. It says, you need to pick that book and read it. It says, seek to understand in order to be understood. Seek to understand a person so that he can understand. How do you expect me to understand you when you are not understanding me? So listening, that is also another topic, is going to be one of the most important skills. But unfortunately, most networkers don't know how to listen. They are doing the talking instead of listening. I'm also learning so much to learn how to listen.